Okay, our next step in our instructions is step 9, to insert a clustered cylinder chart. So I want to select my range A3 through E7. Now you'll notice that I don't have the total range selected, and that's for a reason. The totals will obscure my chart. For a good chart, you simply want to have your column headers, or your data set column headers, and your row headers for your data. So I have this selected. I'm going to go to my Insert tab. I'm going to come to my Columns drop down, and then I'm going to come down to Cylinder. Here are cylinders, and I want a clustered cylinder chart. And here's step 10 is to switch my legend information from my category information. I want to switch this around so that the states are represented under here and my quarters are represented in my legend. So in order to do that, I'm going to come up to my Design tab, and I'm going to go over to my Data group. And right here it says Switch Column and Row. And when I click that, it switches it over. The next step is to move my chart, move the top left corner of my chart to the top left corner of cell A10. So I'm going to click and drag and drop that right there, and now it's in place. Step 12 in my instructions is to format my chart with layout 1 and style 26. So in order to change my layout format is to come up to my Chart Layouts group. Here in my Layouts group, I can cursor over any one of these. It'll tell me what it is. Layout 3, Layout 4. So the first one must be Layout 1. So I'll click this. It'll simply add a title to it. I want to change my style to style 26. So I'm going to go to my Chart Styles, click my More button, and then I'm going to go over each one of these has a name. This is 13. This one's 20, this one's 27, so this must be 26. So I'll click this, and it adds a little richness and depth to the chart. Makes it a little more appealing to read. Now from here I want to change the chart title. It just says chart title right now. What I want to change it to is 2012 laptop sales. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on it one time, it's selected, and then I'm going to click and drag to select the text in there and type in 2012 laptop sales. Now, to get out of this, I don't press enter. If I press enter, it'll drop me down to another line. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to click inside my chart again to deselect my title. Step 14 in my instructions is to insert my file name as a footer, or insert a footer. In order to do that, I'm going to go to my Page Layout tab, and down here is my Page Setup group. So I'm going to click my dialog box launcher for my Page Setup group, and when I do, my Page Setup group dialog box appears. From here I'm going to click on Header Footer, and then I'm going to go down here to Custom Footer. When I click Custom Footer, it changes. This is representing my footer of my page. It's broken into 3 sections: left, center, and right. I want the file name in the left, so I'm going to click over here. This one is the icon for Insert File Name. And then from there I want to go to my right section, and I want to insert the current date. So if I come over to Insert Date, it'll insert the date. I'm going to click OK, and that keeps me from having to type anything in. And here's a preview of my footer. My file name's on the left, my date is on the right. Step 15 in our instructions is to center the worksheet data horizontally on the page. Well, this has been a long struggle for many people, but the simple steps to do this is to go to our Margins tab here while we're in the Page Setup dialog box, and within our Margins tab, down here it says Center on Page. There's our horizontally. If I click this, my preview changes a little bit. I can see that it's centered more. I could also vertically center it, which brings this vertically centered. Well, for our exercise, we simply want to have horizontally selected. From here, I'm going to click OK to exit out of this. And now I can see my page breaks. These lines here represent my page break, meaning that page 1 will cut my information off here. Step 16 in our instructions tells us to change our theme to Solstice. So in order to do that, I'm going to make sure I'm on my page layout tab, and I'm going to come over to my themes group, click my themes drop down here, and here are all the different themes available. I'm going to scroll down to find Solstice here. There it is. I'm going to click this, and wow, that really changes things. Now let's fix this page break. Now, in order to change this, we're going to change our orientation and fit to one page when it's printed setup. So in order to change that, I'm going to come up here to my page layout tab, go to my orientation. I'm going to change the orientation to landscape. Now it still cuts off just a little bit, just this one column. Now many of us may be in the habit of trying to scale this down so that it will fit onto one page like this. Well, that doesn't represent your data very well. So instead of doing that and keeping our data legible and it'll fit on one page, we're going to come up to our page setup dialog box launcher, and then our page setup dialog box appears, and we're going to change this where it says scaling. We're going to say fit to 1. I'm just going to click this, and then I'm going to go to print preview just to verify that it happened. And here's my print preview. As you can see, my page is still legible. It's not reduced down terribly. Okay, now to get out of this view of print preview, I'm going to click on my home tab. Now I'm back to my data. Now step 18 of our instructions tells us to delete our worksheets that we're not using. So I'm going to come down here, and in order to delete these, I just simply right click on the worksheet and come to delete. It cleans it up. I'm going to do that for this one, sheet 3 and sheet 2. They're unnecessary worksheets. Our next step for our instructions is step 19, and this step tells us to save this workbook as a 2003 format. Well, in order to do that, I'm going to come to my File tab. I'm going to go to Save As, and here on the last step, it's step 19. I want to make sure that my file name has the Okay, so now I want to save this file as a 2003 format. Well, before I do, I need to add my name to the file. So I'm going to do a space here, and I'm going to type in my name. Once I'm done typing my name in, I'm going to come down and make sure that I have the appropriate format selected. So I'm going to click my drop-down arrow for my formats, and I can see that Excel workbook format doesn't have a name next to it, a number next to it. Well, I want to remind myself that this will only happen, or I should say this happens, and it reflects the version you happen to be in. We are using 2010, so that's what this represents, 2010. If we come down here, here's Excel 97 to 2003 workbook. That's the one we want to choose. So I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to click Save. It tells me some functionality within here will not be compatible with 2010, such as, and namely, the spark lines. So I'm going to click Continue, and it saves it. And that concludes our workshop. Thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.